People can say, oh, such and such, she never goes to the gym, she never works out. How can she ever expect to protect her energy to see results or whatever else? You don't know. Such and such might go to the gym daily, every single day. And then that's how they be able to go to Italy. That's how they be able to go to wherever they go, France and Italy and Japan and all that, because they are on plan, some type of plan that helps them get there. Like maybe at the end of the school year, I might be treated to a gym service. Somebody else might be treated to fly to New York and celebrate a whole baby shower and go to Disney World. But for me, I'm not going to New York soon. I'm not going to New York anytime soon. Somebody else might go to Alaska and be like, oh my gosh, it's 40 days night over here all night and it's freezing cold. But I really just love Alaska. That's where all the polar bears are. That's just where you can stay cold for half a year. I mean, it's night all for like 6 months at night, 6 months day. And if you can live in those type of freezing conditions, then so be it. Other people, they have to have sunlight. They have to have natural heating and stuff like that. Or some people, they get real moody if it is night and it's night all day for 6 months. You would feel like a polar bear. You would feel like, hey, when is daylight gonna come? But other people can just enjoy 24 hours of sunlight and 24 hours of night. So it's all about your preference and your health. Because penguins, they can live in what? Penguins are a fish. Penguins are a bird. They can't fly, but they are still a bird. Yet they live in ice, and they are 300-pound birds, and they have to have a lot of fish just to be healthy. So study the penguin, and just know the difference between, hey, does this person require you to go scuba diving, or does this person need you to feed them a fish? Because fish has natural, I think it has natural B12 or vitamin E oil, and that's good for your skin. Collagen is good for your skin, and so, but you have to have an adequate amount of collagen in your skin, a balanced amount of vitamin E oil, and Italians, they use a lot of olive oil, so that's what they use. They use Italian oil for most of their food is made out of Italian oil. So if somebody wins a trip to Italy, then so be it. That may be their spot. That might be what they like, what they enjoy. That culture may fit them better. Somebody else might want to go to the Bahamas and chill out of Jamaica, something like that, and Jamaica Queens. Or go to Ethiopia and just different places, but you ain't gonna get there on feet. You gotta get on a ship or you gotta get on a plane. It's that simple. Okay. So that's just 5 minutes of me ranting about health and fitness and what people can do to even out the melatonin and have a good nutritionist balance, healthy meals, and as well as at least 30 minutes of exercise a day, depending on your height and your weight and what works for you and your health goals and your nutrition goals, because you can't just exercise. You also have to follow your primary physician's plan to be healthy. And if you don't have a primary physician, then I recommend you have one, because they can better help you with your health care needs. And if you don't have a health care plan, then you don't know if you're healthy or not. But if you have a health care plan and you've been actively submitting to that healthcare plan, then you know what your health is. Like for me, I know what my blood type is. I don't need somebody to tell me that I have type B blood, or I don't need somebody to tell me, hey, certain bloods don't mix together. So that's how come some people have health problems, is because they're mixing with the blood. And if it don't belong on my bloodline, then it don't belong in my system. So I'm not going to put something in my bloodline that doesn't belong in my system, because then I would have to sue that company and that person and that place and that entity, and they're going to have to give me 100-fold of whatever it is that they did. It's not right. You can't just go around drawing blood and then saying, we need a blood donor, but I'm not a blood donor, baby. I didn't tell you to take my blood. I told you that I told you what my blood type was, and I told you what my allergies was, and I told you what I didn't want, and I told you what I didn't need, and I told you what runs in my bloodline and what doesn't run in my bloodline. And so you can either respect it, or you can submit to that defamation of character, and you can also submit to that lawsuit. It's that simple, because we're not going to go back and forth. It's what we're not going to do. And that's all. So thanks for watching.